Hey YouTube, Rob here with another C64 game. This time we're taking a look at Wheelies, a 1988 release by a company called Micro Selection Plus. It seems to be the only release from what I can gather for quick internet search. It's a weird little shoot 'em up, but it's one I kind of have some weird nostalgic memories for, having played it a fair bit back in the day. It was one of the early games I had with my C64. So you dive in. One of the things nice is that it indicates the tile screen, simultaneous multiplayer. So you start off, there's basic sector, left to right they get much harder as you go on. So we'll start up, and the basic idea is you move through the sector and you complete by rescuing Wheelies, which looks similar to you but grayed out. Standard joystick controls, again. The big thing that's interesting is, unlike most of these type of games, you don't have lives. You can see the two little flasks at the bottom of the screen. Those are actually your energy. The brown one's for this current wheelie I'm controlling. There's a wheelie I've just rescued. And the blue one is for the player using port 1. And as you go through, like as you play, your energy drains over time. You collect it with these little mushrooms, but there's also some flasks that look similar to that energy bar that will refill it. So now we've collected the 2 wheelies for this stage, and we get to the exit, and that's the stage complete. Pick the next stage, and we go in. So the stages are only vertically scrolling. There's no horizontal scrolling, and you can actually switch players at any time if need be. So right now, as you can see, I've actually basically run out of energy. But I've just collected the flask. If I hadn't collected the flask and I died, that would have been game over. So we've got the wheelies. The controls are like nice, responsive. They feel, unlike a lot of other games, you don't feel, there's no real inertia on the player movement. Ooh, pardon me. There's no inertia on the player movement. You're just moving through, which means everything's fairly quick to respond. And that's another sector down. It's not a complex game. It's actually fairly simple. It's definitely feeling. I mean, I haven't played this for a long time. And actually, if you go through that sort of idealized picture of nostalgia in your head, I actually thought the levels were a lot bigger than this. I thought they were complex to scroll horizontally and things like that. Alright, I barely had enough energy there. Thank goodness for the flask. I actually like the life system here, as rather than having lives, you have your energy drain. Although I only just refilled it. I don't know if it's just because of my been shooting, just seemed to drop rather quickly. So that's something that's a bit of a limitation by comparison. Now, memory serves, if you do complete all 8 sectors, like I think you do. Oh, that's interesting. Now there's some enemy wheelies. Is it game over? So I just swapped the joystick port. See, this other wheelie now has a different kind of cannon, weapon if you will, as he's got. Yeah. There's not much, like graphics are fairly, they're not really pushing the hardware that hard. Audio is pretty basic. I think the only music is that title tune and the little jingle that appears when you complete a sector. So it's sort of fairly sparse presentation. The biggest challenge really is really like dealing with the energy. Like the fact that your energy just drops so quickly, and if you don't have energy you can't respawn, is what definitely makes this game a challenge. I mean, if we have a look, my wheelie is has all but run out of energy. So right now if I die, that's game over, as I've used both wheelies and don't have any energy to fuel them. Although hopefully we're gonna. And it's things like that. It's fairly like the stages are fairly restrictive in parts. And you don't. I think pushing the scroll, where you have to go most of the way up the screen to get the screen to scroll, definitely makes this game a lot harder. So that's Wheelies, a little simple shooter with that rescue element. I just had this in my directory and I had nostalgic memories, so I thought I'd look it up. It's an interesting little game. I think it's fun in a weird way, but I think it's sort of probably going to be more fun if you had a second person to play with. But there we go. Might be worth checking out as a curio piece. But I hope you enjoy this. Look forward to bringing you another C64 game soon. Thanks.